At 68 years old, country music legend Dwight Yoakam has finally broken his silence. And what he just revealed is sending shockwaves through Nashville and beyond. You ever hear a story so real it cuts through the noise like a steel guitar in a dive bar? That's this. Because for years, folks been talking. Whispers, rumors, wondering what Dwight was really about behind the hat, the swagger, the rhinestone suits. Now, he ain't holding back. And it ain't just about music. This is about fighting the system, staying true, and shaking up a town that never saw him coming. Before he was packing out stadiums or acting in movies, Dwight Yoakam was getting doors slammed in his face. He was hustling, playing 5-set nights in sketchy bars around Southern California, places where bar fights were more common than tips. But he didn't flinch. He took every gig like it was the Grand Ole Opry, because even when no one was watching, Dwight was putting in work. And that grit, that's what built the fire in his voice. He tried Nashville in '76, walked right into Music City with nothing but talent and a dream, and got shrugged off. See, back then Nashville was all about polished songs and safe sounds. Dwight was too raw, too honest, too him. So instead of fitting in, he went rogue, said, "Cool, I'll do it my way." That rejection, it lit the fuse. He wasn't trying to be famous, he was trying to be real. And real eventually finds its way. By the time Guitars, Cadillacs, etc. dropped in '86, it wasn't just a debut album, it was a warning shot, a statement. That old school country wasn't dead, it just needed a rebel to wake it back up. Dwight brought back the honky-tonk heartbeat with a rock and roll soul, and people felt it. It wasn't slick, it wasn't safe, it was true. He wasn't out here chasing trends, he was setting his own lane. His sound, Bakersfield grit with Hollywood edge, the kind of music that made you roll the windows down and drive a little too fast. And when Nashville saw the crowd lining up, the charts lighting up, they had to admit he was the real deal. Double platinum didn't lie. But just when folks thought they had Dwight figured out, he linked up with Beck. Yeah, that Beck, the alt-rock mastermind. And together, they made something that caught everyone off guard. It wasn't a gimmick, it was fearless. It was two different worlds crashing into something brand new. Dwight dropped the studio polish, let the imperfections live, and found something electric. Tracks like A Heart Like Mine hit different, raw, vulnerable, and full of soul. That collab didn't just pull in new fans. It reminded old ones that Dwight was never here to play it safe. He was here to feel, to make art that punches you right in the chest. And it didn't stop there. He stepped into Hollywood and didn't miss a beat. His role in Sling Blade, chilling, real, a whole different side of the man people thought they knew. Dwight wasn't acting, he was telling stories. Just like on stage, just like in his songs. People were shocked. The country boy had range. From Panic Room to Crank, he kept proving that honesty hits harder than hype. Didn't matter if he had a guitar or a script. Dwight was bringing the same unfiltered truth. And yeah, he clashed with Nashville. They didn't get the tight jeans, the attitude, the rawness. But Dwight didn't fold, didn't beg for approval. He carved his own path, outside the machine. That resistance, it wasn't bitterness, it was belief in the music, in the fans, in himself. He built something that couldn't be boxed in. And now, all these years later, he's finally pulling back the curtain. Not for drama, not for headlines, but because he wants people to know, you can keep your soul. You can take the hits and still stand tall. You don't have to play the game to win. This ain't just the story of a country star. This is the journey of an outlaw who rewrote the rules and never lost himself doing it. So if you've ever felt like the world didn't get you, if you've ever been told you had to change to succeed, listen to Dwight, because staying real, it pays off.